I mean, Colin hasn't seen a movie since like 1997, so like he doesn't even know what we're talking about right now.
It's not too far off from the truth. I'm not a big movie guy.
Wait, when is the last time you actually saw a movie in the theater?
The last movie Colin saw in the theater was Ace Ventura 2: When Nature Calls.
Great film, by the way. I think the last movie I saw was probably the Last Avengers: Infinity War.
Oh man,
Endgame,
great movie.
Endgame.
Which one?
Endgame. Yeah,
Endgame.
the last. Yep. See, I'm so lost. I don't even know the titles to the movies that I've seen.
Great movie to see in the theater. Awesome. Cried twice over superheroes, but like, it was sad. It was sad stuff.
Sad and happy.
But like, what was that? Was that 2018, 2016, 20? When was that?
I don't know.
Research.
It was done before the pandemic. That's for sure. I haven't been to a movie theater since, which is crazy.
Oh wow, 2019. 2019.
2019. That movie ended. Everyone got really sad, and then people went, "Oh, there's no way the next movies are going to be good." So they released COVID into the world, so we wouldn't have to suffer through it anymore.
Oh, that's what it was.
The Marvel Studios long game. COVID.
Yeah, their end game.
Wow, I really missed on that.
We don't have anything good lined up next, so we need an excuse.
Not bad.
Quick, release Black Widow to HBO. Welcome to Stop Wasting Your Wine, a wine review podcast where we waste our wine so you don't have to. On this episode, we review
a red wine from Spain.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Aaron here. So excited to just have another episode with you all, and I'm joined by two of the most authentic people I know, Colin and Joel. Thanks for hanging out with me again, guys.
Yeah, of course.
Genuinely, authentically glad to be here.
I know, you always are.
Try to be as authentic as I can. I don't have anything to talk about with that.
Well, that's authentically who you are, Colin.
Because you were trying to be not authentic right there.
That's
You're
true.
Trying to make something up.
I was.
And then you just fell right back into being authentic, and you said, "You know what? I got nothing to say, dog. Deal with it. That's me.
Yeah,
this is who I am."
Who you are.
Right. Or it's just a lack of creativity on the spot, I think is what happened there.
It's just who you are.
Wow. Ouch.
Do you guys have a normal voice, and then I was gonna say like a work voice or like a work persona, but maybe I'll even say, have you developed a little bit of a podcast persona as well? Kathy always says, she hasn't told me about the podcast thing yet, but she always says that I have like a different, when I'm on a work call, I have like a different work persona that I fall right into.
I would say yes to both work and the podcast. At least when I do the intro, Chrissy's like, "I hate your intro podcast voice. That doesn't sound like you at all."
Are you gonna say the music?
Well, you do your like ASMR, like, "Hey, listener, welcome back. If you're new, welcome in. If you're welcome back."
Well, that was just when he had the new board, and the new board was by him in the bassinet.
I've gotten a lot.
No, he did last week too. He started off with
Hey,
everybody. Hi.
I didn't get real close to the microphone and lower my voice though. It's just the line I like to say.
I know that's what it sounds like. It's authentic. I love it. No, actually, Joe, it's funny you asked that. I realized that when I'm being overly polite or talking to someone new, I raise the pitch of my voice for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be like, "Oh, hey, yeah." And I'm like, I don't know if y'all noticed, but I have a relatively low voice. And then I'll be like, "Why did I just talk like that?" That's a completely different human.
Yeah. Can I tell you a funny story? Very related to that. And I think about this probably once a month. Okay. I was at I was working for a supply chain company at the time. Okay. And we had like this big soiree with a bunch of people that were our customers. I had been there for like 2 months. I knew nothing. I didn't know anybody. I was so uncomfortable, and I hate that situation, but it was like one of those mixers things, right? So I started talking to this one person, and I was just like, "Oh, what do you do?" And she goes, it's like consumer goods. So she's like, we import and sell basmati rice. And I will remember till the day I die the way in which I was like, oh, I love basmati rice. Because I was just like so wanting to like connect with somebody at this event. And I remember even right after I said it, I was like, what the hell was that? That was so weird.
That's funny.
But maybe she just remembers you as the basmati rice
She's
guy.
like, this dude fucking loves basmati rice.
Hey, do you authentically love basmati rice?
I will tell you, I do authentically love basmati rice. That's the rice that we use here. So
maybe that was your authentic excitement in that moment. You were just like, that's the noise that wanted to come out of you. Speaking of authenticity, I am very excited about today's wine because I authentically have never heard of this kind of wine before. I have no idea. I picked this bottle up a few weeks ago when Colin said he was picking it, and I have just been excited because none of the words make sense to me. So, Joel, can you tell us a little bit about today's wine?
Yeah, let's see if we can make sense of some of these words here. Hopefully I pronounced them correctly. But today we are drinking the Finca Bacara Tabá. This is from 2018. It is a Monastrell, and this is from, I'm going to guess, is it Jumilla Spain?
Yes, I believe you are correct. Jumilla.
Oh,
Jumilla.
Hold on.
I believe it's Jumilla. There's a U in there, so it's Jumilla.
Oh, who?
Jumilla.
Oh, I think
that's my bad. I typed up the notes and put an A.
There we go.
I set a trap for Joel. My bad.
Jumilla.
Yes. Jumilla Spain. And this is 14.5% ABV. We picked this up from Total Wine for $14.99.
So thank you very much. So yeah, I had to do some Googling when I was writing up the notes because I saw Finca Bacara, I saw Tabá, I saw Monastrell, and I had no idea which one of those words was the estate, which one was the grape, which one was the type. I had no clue. So Colin, this is your wine. Help me out here. What are we drinking? Why did you pick this?
A couple of reasons. One, we're still not allowed to go back to France, so I wanted to stay out of France. And
legally, you don't want us back. We're actually not allowed in.
We got that cease and desist letter from Macron himself.
17 more years? 17 more years?
Stop mispronouncing all our words. Learn to speak our language, and then you can come back.
No, we'll be back eventually. There's still a lot of fantastic wine we haven't had out of France. So, and two, we have not tried the Monastrell grape before, although we kind of have. Stay tuned for that. Yeah. So, and I just wanted to kind of continue.
A little bit of foreshadowing.
Yeah, that's right. Continue the trend of trying something new. So this is a new region and a new grape. So I wanted to introduce you guys and hopefully the listeners at home to something they may not have experienced before.
I'm so excited about that. I think this is, I know I said it last time, but these new grapes, man, you're bringing them into the mix here. I'm really, and they've been wonderful. Not surprisingly, but just like new cool region, new cool grape after new cool region, new cool grape. So look forward to this one.
Yeah, and I think one of the cool things about the region is it's not one of the crazy popular ones. It's not like Rioja. This is one maybe a little bit lesser celebrated. So I think we might be able to find some really good value out of Jumilla, just based on the fact that Monastrell, not necessarily a ultra popular grape. Well, it kind of is. Again, stay tuned. And not a necessarily ultra popular
dropping in the nuggets all throughout the episode. Come on, I'm on the edge of my seat. I can't wait to learn something.
That's right.
Seriously.
And then also, I just love the brand on this bottle. I think the label is super clean. It has like this, I'm not sure what animal that's supposed to be. If it's
is it a horse?
Might be.
Is it a horse skeleton?
Horse skeleton, but
there's a horse skeleton on this.
Yeah, I just thought it was a really cool label, to be honest, which is kind of a dumb reason to try wine, but I really like just how it looked. And
I disagree. We've expressed multiple times our appreciation for a good label on this show, and this is one that deserves to be talked about for sure.
Look, Colin, I don't know if were you going to talk about this vineyard at all? I don't want to steal any of your thunder in the learn something.
No, I wasn't going to go too much. I was just going to talk about Monastrell.
But they are a very young vineyard. They were founded in 2016.
Wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So this, this vintage is only 2 years older than the actual vineyard itself. So that's, I don't blame them for trying. And you go to their website and it's all about their labels and their image. And they got it because, as we've talked about before, you have to find a way to break out when you are surrounded by estates and vineyards that are hundreds of years old. I have to imagine getting into the wine scene in Europe is not the easiest thing that you could do.
For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I'm not second guessing myself on it being a horse. I don't think it's a horse. I don't think that's a real animal. I guess here. What the hell is that?
I don't know what
The tail's throwing me off.
We'll post a picture of the bottle online so you guys know what we're looking at. But
And great content for Instagram. I will be putting a picture of this and we're going to guess what the heck animal this is. All right. Awesome. Once again, so excited. You all know I always incredibly stoked when we learn about a totally new type of wine. I had a friend over the other day and I brought out a Côte d'Aron and I was like, yes, Côte d'Aron, it's a different type of wine. I was like, I'm not sure about how this is going to taste though, because I really like the 2019. I just noticed this is a new vintage. He goes, oh, is this the part in the podcast where you just become a complete asshole? I was like, oh,
no.
You just sound informed.
Yeah. No, that's great. You know what? I appreciate that you understand the difference, the potential difference in vintage. That's important. Not a lot of people understand that. And they pick up the same bottle of wine from separate years, and it's not the same because vintage variation is a thing. Not always bad, but, it does happen. So good on you, Aaron. Good on you.
Thank you, Colin. I was just being my authentic self yesterday, and he's not going to ruin that for me. So,
love it.
So, like I said, I'm always excited when we just learn about a whole brand new wine. It's huge. So let's learn a little more.
This is the only thing you will learn.
All right. So as I may have hinted once or twice, we have actually tried Monastrell before, but not as a varietal Monastrell. It is part in a different country of a very famous blend. Would anybody like to take a guess what blend that might be? It's a completely different name too. I'll give you that. It's not called Monastrell in this country. And I can give you the country if you want a hint.
No, don't give us a hint. Is it in Europe? Is it a European country?
Yes.
You think you know?
I think we can guess. I think I know, but do you want to guess first? I think I know.
I was going to say, is it a blend? Is it like a Bordeaux?
Nope. Right country. Wrong region.
Okay, so I'm glad you went first because I was going to say, if I'm being my authentic self, I was also going to say Bordeaux.
Oh, I appreciate that because my brain went, is that even a blend?
It is. Yes, it is. Well done.
Since you took that off the plate here, a French
blend.
Oh, wait a minute. No, that wouldn't be a blend. I don't know. What is it?
Okay, so Monastrell is the same exact grape as Mourvedre, made famous from the southern Rhone. So the wine that we all love so much, the Igougal, is actually a Grenache Syrah Mourvedre blend. So we've had it before and we've loved it, but of course as part of a blend.
Awesome, mind blowing.
So
that bodes well for this.
So Mourvedre and Monastrell are the same grape. So I'm assuming those words are just linguistically related in some way, probably.
No, it's just the name. And actually, the Monastrell actually also has another name, which is super confusing. In Australia and California, they call it Matera.
They can't all just happen to be M words for no reason.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Words have meaning.
I don't know the reason for the names. So, might have to have the research department look that up. But unlike other wines, like Pinot Gris versus Pinot Grigio or Syrah versus Shiraz, this has nothing to do with style. Most Monastrell or Mourvedre is all going to be in the same style when you do find it varietally. As far as style is concerned, Monastrell is usually going to be a big wine for a couple of reasons. One, it thrives in warmer regions. So warmer regions are going to get the grapes more ripe. And with riper grapes, you get bigger wines, more alcohol. And then the Monastrell grape has very thick skins. We've talked a little bit about where tannin comes from, which is the skin of the grape. So the thicker the skin, the more tannin or potential tannin extraction there is. So you usually find wines with big tannin, again, high alcohol, very ripe flavors. So from Monastrell, what do you usually find as far as the characteristics are concerned? Again, it's usually going to be a big wine with a lot of bold flavors. You're going to find some dark fruits, blackberry, plum. You're also going to get quite a bit of that spice and those leather notes. And then also you might get some earthiness. So of course you will find Mourvedre and Monastrell in lighter styles, but for the most part, it's going to be that bigger, bolder style of wine with quite a bit of tannin. And as far as Jumilla is concerned, where this grape is grown, which Joel touched on, Monastrell is the star there by far. Over 70% of all the plantings in Jumilla are Monastrell, which is pretty wild to think about, that a region has hung their hat on a grape famous for its blending potential. As I mentioned, Monastrell likes the hot, dry climate, which is perfect because That's what you're looking at in Jumilla. It's going to be very warm, very dry, and you're going to get those ripe, big, bold flavors. So that's kind of what I expect out of this wine. And that is my spiel on Monastrell.
Amazing. Very similar to what you taught us about Pinot Verde, right? It's just a region that people don't know about as much. It just doesn't have that same level of excitement around it. And we pulled an incredible $6 wine out of there. Maybe we have the same kind of thing here. Maybe we have just a really excellent wine at a really available price point, just because of the popularity of the region and the availability of the grape. So only one way to find out, gentlemen.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's get into it.
Tastes like wine.
All right. Joel, would you like to start us off and let us know what you're getting on the nose?
Yeah, pretty much everything that Colin said is a characteristic of a Monastrell. Plum, blackberry for sure, but also big time with the earthiness. And then there's something else in there.
I'm getting a lot of dark cherry. There's a slight bit of herbaceousness here too. I'll be excited to try it to see how that comes across on the palate, because it's definitely not, in the past we've seen in an Italian wine, we've seen oregano, or in French wine, we've kind of seen the more French herbs. I don't really know what this herb is, so it'll be interesting to see on the palate if we can kind of pick that up better.
Yeah, I obviously don't have much to add there. I definitely like I don't know, I'm getting like a little bit of like a licorice kind of aspect too. But I feel like it's every dark red wine.
Yeah.
But it's very complex. It's nice. Like it's a good smell to it. There's a lot going on. But it's also not the in-your-face fruit bomb that we've had sometimes where you open it up and it's just totally been like, ripe plum. Like it has a nice balanced smell to it.
Maybe not a fruit bomb, but I do think we're going to drink this and it's going to be like big.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the smells are very ripe, I would say. It's not very fresh, although it's not like jammy either. It's like ripe fruit, but it's not cooked or anything like that. On the nose, anyway, it'll be interesting to see if that carries to the palate, but it does smell bold. It doesn't smell like it's going to be overwhelmingly bold, if that makes sense.
Yep.
I guess what we're saying, we've kind of joked in the past about whether it's like a wine that you have to really stick your nose in or science waft the smell out, or whether you just like hold it near your face and you're like, oh my God, I can smell this from a mile away. And I wouldn't say it's like, it's not such an overbearing smell that it's like, wafting out of the glass. But when you get in there, it's a lot going on. It's pretty cool.
For sure. And at 14.5% alcohol, it's pretty high. You don't really smell any of the alcohol, which is nice.
No.
Well integrated on the nose.
Agreed. It's big, but it's not daunting at all.
For sure.
I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. All right. Well, we've pretty much named everything that can possibly go into a red wine is now in our nose. Let's give it a try and see how it goes. You know what, Colin? I'm going to do you the honors, man. You brought this one to us. I'm excited. I'm excited to learn about a new region, a new wine, a bunch of new words. What are you getting?
Tannin.
I like words.
Tannin is what I'm getting. Wow. I mean, the potential for high tannin comes with Monastrell, and that is high tannin.
As advertised.
But I will say, it's not unpleasant. There's a lot of it, but it's not scratchy or anything like that. It's very smooth. So it's actually shockingly enjoyable for how intense it is. And then as far as flavor notes are concerned, definitely do get some of that. I really like the, Aaron, what did you say?
Licorice.
Licorice. I love that.
Right.
Great call. Yep.
I was going to talk about that too. I think that was good, Aaron.
That comes across real big on the palate. And then the flavor notes, I'm getting a lot of that dark cherry. And then I'll let you guys fill in some here as well.
Well, I want to jump in because I was going to, give some props because I didn't really, on the nose, I wasn't getting a lot of that licorice, but much more when I drink it. And I want to throw something else out there because I think when I was trying to pick out that extra little thing that I wasn't really sure what it was like a little bit of a brightness. And then when you said licorice, I was like, oh, I wonder if that's what it is. But I'm going to throw a little bit of vinegar at you. And I don't mean like the wine has gone bad vinegar. I mean, like if you've ever, I feel like a couple of years ago it was a big thing to drink a little apple cider vinegar in the morning, right?
Yeah.
And like after you've had the vinegar, that little kind of lingeringness in your mouth, if that makes any sense. I feel like.
Why were you drinking apple cider vinegar?
It's supposed to be really good for you, man.
It is.
Yeah.
Would you accept balsamic vinegar?
I would accept that because it's not distracting. It works.
No, right,
Yeah.
right. But after you said vinegar, I was like, oh my God. Like, absolutely. You absolutely nailed that. You guys are on point with the nuanced flavor profile this evening. Well done.
I'm just glad I've been right twice on this episode.
A broken clock, right?
I'll take it
twice a day and all that.
Aaron, you want to jump in? Or?
Yeah, I just talk from like a balanced perspective. This is a well-balanced, bold red wine. It is 14.5% alcohol. I am not getting anything unpleasant about that high level of alcohol. Like the tannin, like grippiness is really nice. The acidity is really nice. It's just, would you say this is dry AF? It's pretty dry. Is this a dry AF wine?
It's maybe bordering. It's definitely dry. There's no doubt about that. You're right.
Not quite AF, maybe near F.
Yeah.
Close to F.
Dry and F. I mean, it's
still got so much of the other fruit going on to where it's not dry AF. Like, to me, dry AF is like, it's just dry and it's citrusy and there's not a lot of like sweet, saving to this one. I don't think that's this one. Like, there's some fruit in there. There's some stuff balancing out the dryness to me. And I know you want to put that stamp on something, and this is the second time we talked you out of it. And I hate that,
a good sticker. It's my favorite sticker. It's a good sticker. No, I don't blame you. That's why I asked. That's why I didn't tag it. I
close
put it out there, so I guess I can make a skeleton sticker with like some skin on it or something. I don't know, but okay. So, but to the overarching point, the structure of this wine is just really, really nice.
Agreed. And Joel, you said sweetness, which, as we just talked about, it's dry, so there's absolutely no sweetness, but there is so much fruitiness. And it's not like overbearing fruitiness, but there's so much of it that it almost tastes sweet, right? Like there's that fruity sweetness, which is not sugar, but it's just the flavor compounds in the wine are so fruity. It almost gives the impression of sweetness, which I think for a wine to be able to pull that off, not have sugar, but still taste sweet is a really cool thing. And then just other things, you definitely get a little bit of the oak influence here. There's a little bit of spice, maybe a tiny bit of vanilla.
You know what I dig, though, is that I agree, but it's funny that it's not the thing that we're talking about the most, and it's not the most prevalent thing. Like, it's almost like we always talk about how to and not to use a little bit of aging in oak, and this might be the best example of how to use it that we've tried, honestly. Because it's just there.
Beautifully well integrated.
The third thing we talked about, but you're so right. It's a big part of why it's so well balanced.
And there's just a lot going on here. And it's just
very complex.
Man, it's a complex wine, but also I was really into the Côte de Tao we did, Chateau de Tao that we did a few weeks back, and I handed that to my wife, and she was like, "Nope, not for me." Because we talked about like that one was a real thinker and there was a lot going on in that and it was a very complex flavor and I was into it. I put it in my wine fridge. I think if I handed this one up the elusive stairs that no one can see in the video, I think she'd be into it because this is just like a balanced, complex, but not overly strange or unique red. It just has a good combination of flavors that I think most people who like a bold red would enjoy.
Should we review it?
Yeah, I think we should.
Let's do it, man. We are humming today. We are vibing. You know why we're vibing so well today?
Why?
Because we're being authentic.
We're being our authentic selves.
There it is.
Here we are.
Well done.
Man, fantastic. Let's get into the review.
Yeah, but did they like it? It's time for the review.
All right. So as has become our like accidental tradition, I'm going to let Colin go last since he picked this wine. Joel, can you start us off? Where are you putting this wine?
Might have a big decision on my hands here, folks. Really, really enjoy this. And I'm trying to think. I'm thinking about what I have. What do I have in my fridge? I have the
I think you have a spot available. You have a Côte d'Aron and you have the Rioja.
And that great Rioja. This is giving me the vibes of the Rioja, where we drank it and it was like we talked about it and we liked it, and it made us think, but it was like perfectly intact the way that it was. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and make this my third spot in the wine fridge.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Love it.
It's happened. It's happened. No, just like
The
really
wine fridges are full.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, I think just the kind of everything we've been talking about, like it's so well balanced. It's doing a lot of things. It's doing it really, really well. I gave my whole spiel about, the aging and and doing it really right. And it's just so enjoyable too.
Man.
I thought at first maybe the amount of tannin would dissuade me, but I don't think sips 2 and 3, when I knew what was coming, I got over that pretty quickly. So all in all, and when I compare it to the Cote de Rhone and the Rioja in there, it's same level for me. So officially going in the wine fridge.
Nice.
Congratulations. That is excellent.
Huge.
I am so excited. We have full wine fridges, and this is when stuff gets spicy.
Yeah.
And just so you all know, I am currently riddled with anxiety because my mental calculus is all off, because I do also really enjoy this wine. And so I'm going to walk myself through this. So I have the Dom de Canverner in my wine fridge, which is staying. That is a delightful Riesling, and it is safe from this conversation. It is so different.
Let's be real. After all the rigmarole to get that in there, even
That's
if you
never
wanted to jettison that, you wouldn't do it.
I would reach into the wine fridge and my hand would get slapped away by some specter. And this is where I'm struggling. I really like the Rioja, and I feel like this is very similar to the Rioja.
Yeah.
That Rioja runs around 20, I think, $17.99, or sometimes it's a little bit more. It's in the 20s sometimes.
I think you're right. I think it's $19.99 when we reviewed it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and I think it might be up to like 22 something. And it's so good, but this is also so good. And then my brain then went to, well, do I take out the Chateau de Tout, which just went in? But that's like a very different wine. It's complex in a very different way.
So can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So are you in a position to where you know that you want to put this in your wine fridge and you are trying to decide which one to remove, or are you on the fence? Because this could be the first time on this show that somebody's had to remove a wine from the coveted 3 spots in the wine fridge to put something in there. Is that what you're debating?
Yeah, that is what I'm debating. That is where I am right now.
I do not.
Because I really... No, but I do want to name, I do not regret putting the Dom de Canverner in, because I didn't, like having the 2 Spanish wines that are so similar. I want my wine fridge to be like a resume of just like different types of wines, something of that nature.
What's your authentic self telling you right now, Aaron?
Yeah.
Thank you for that push. I'm going to put this on my kitchen table. It is very good.
Okay.
All right.
I really enjoy the Baronia Rioja. It's one of my go-tos. I really enjoy it. I think this was very close to knocking it out, because that $15 price point just makes it that much more accessible. But it's just not quite the same. And the Chateau de Tout, it just got in there. It's still chilling, and it's a totally different wine. And I want to keep things. So I say this. No knock to this wine at all. This is a very good wine. I will put it on my kitchen table. I'll put it on like a little box so it feels a little bit higher than the other wines. It's a very good wine. And I can tell you right now, this is probably going to be one of my go-tos when I go out to people's house. I'm going to grab, because it's $15 freaking. Place of pride on my kitchen table. Colin?
Yeah, this one's not difficult for me. It's going straight into the wine fridge for $15. It's incredible. It's all so well balanced, and for the price, it's unbeatable.
So good.
It's so good. It's so good. It really is. It just, every sip, I want to go back and take another sip, which is what you look for in a wine. It's just, I want to keep drinking this. Although at 14.5%, I don't know if I should keep drinking this.
But you're gonna.
So my wine fridge is also full.
Yeah, who you booting? Like, I'm so excited for you, but like my brain's like, who you booting out?
Yeah, I have the Cote de Rhone. I also have the Baronia. and I have the Saint. What was it? Saint. It's Joel's.
The St.
Chianti.
Giorgio Chianti, yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I would probably rank them, well, the Barogna last, honestly. I'm taking out the Rioja and putting this in there because it's just, I don't know, like, for me,
I love this, though.
For me, at $15, this is exactly what we're looking for in a bottle of wine. It's delicious. It's well balanced. It's everywhere. It's easy to pick up. It's easy to find. This is the kind of wine that I want other people to be trying. The value is just incredible. That's the one thing I think that really separates this wine even from the Rioja. Like, you can find other really good Riojas around $20, but this at $15 is just an absolute home run. So
yeah,
I have no problem putting this proudly in my wine fridge. It is outstanding.
I gotta say, I'm actually really glad that I made the decision I did then, because I want our wine fridges to, after we do large numbers of episodes, like, I don't want our wine fridges to have the same wines, because there's going to be wines that we all love, and I'm hoping over time our wine fridges just diversify with our own tastes so that people can see 9 different wines. And I think the Rioja is one that, deserves to sit in there somewhere. Although, Joel, do you have the Rioja as well?
I still have it. Yes, I have the Rioja in mine.
So it's safe for a little bit. But no, I'm saying, like, I think this is great. I think, like, you having it in there is awesome. It deserves representation. I think Joe having it in there is awesome. And I think as we keep building these out, this is good. This is what we want.
I agree.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, the Rioja is also a great wine. Drink that one also. Absolutely drink that one. But I think the differentiator for me is the price. Like, I don't know if you can find better wine at $15. That's like the value is incredible. So
I'm shocked. I am shocked by how good this is, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Excellent episode. Lots of fun.
Whew. Yeah,
huge wine. Wine fridge wines. $15. Brand new words. New region of the world. Unlocked. Level unlocked here. So folks listening, learning along with us, the Jumilla region of Spain.
Yeah.
Tabá.
Check it out.
Just a solid wine, a Monastrell, 100% Monastrell wine. And this one particularly from the Finca Bacara winery. Man, certified, not a waste of your wine.
Yes.
Absolute great red to grab if you just want a red in your house. You're going somewhere, you want to impress some folks.
Yeah,
go now. Why are you still
listening to this and go?
You're listening to us in your car right now as you're driving to buy this wine. It is.
That's a good idea.
Solid and a good deal.
You know what I heard? I heard Colin only puts wine fridge wines in his fridge after Joel.
Oh, I heard that too.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what the kids are saying.
Yeah, they are.
Ooh. Damn, man.
Got to break that up, buddy.
Here we go. Man, so speaking of doing things after Joel, last week Joel did our social media announcement. Colin, can you tell the folks where they can interact with us in the world?
I'm kind of surprised you didn't throw it to yourself. That would be fun. I don't think anybody's ever done that before.
It wouldn't be an authentic choice.
Yes, it would. Get out of here.
Yeah, that's actually the most authentic choice.
It's got real. Colin, talk about social media. I'm going to mute myself and sob.
You can find us on Instagram at Stop Wasting Your Wine. You can talk to Aaron directly if you want to. He'd love to talk with you. Say hi. Shoot him a nice message or not nice message. It's up to you. We are also on YouTube at Stop Wasting Your Wine. You can check us out at stopwastingyourwine.com. And I'm going to try to make Facebook more interesting. So stay tuned for that. And
a lot of people have tried. A lot of people have failed.
Not all of Facebook, just Stop Wasting Your Wine Facebook. I can't help the rest. So yeah, and I'm pretty sure that does it. And as always, thanks for listening. We really appreciate you guys hanging with us every week. And we'd love your feedback. Let us know how you think we're doing, what we can improve, what you like, what you love. We'd love to hear from you.
All right. Fantastic. Another great episode. So excited to chat with folks this week. Lots of questions coming your way. Have you ever tried Tabá? What's your favorite Spanish wine? What the hell animal is on this bottle? We're excited to talk with you all. But until
Let's figure
then,
it out together.
We'll see you all around. Bye, y'all.
And remember, stop wasting your wine.
Bye.